Maya and Corey met as undergrads in 2011. While working in HR, Maya realized human resources can help foster better teams, but they're too far away from the front line. With more of today's work happening in teams virtually and across diverse cultures, it's critical for leaders to understand how their teams are working together and how they can improve. With this insight, Maya and Corey decided to merge their skills, and Dopplr was born, which applies decades of research on group dynamics with advances in machine learning to bring out the full potential of every team. Dopplr, helping leaders build happier, healthier, and higher performing teams.
My name is Maya, this is Corey, and we're Dopplr. We're developing machine learning software that helps leaders build better teams. This is John. John had a great new idea for a new satellite system and brought a founding team together to bring the product to market. With a lot of hard work, John and his team recently acquired Series A funding, and they grew their team from 3 to 30 in just 3 months. What worked in the garage isn't working as they scale. And as John's role changes, he's now more nervous about turnover and maintaining the company's culture as they grow. John has weekly all-hands meetings, one-on-ones, and uses project tracking tools to make sure that he's covering all the basics. But at the satellite's first integration, he found that the hardware and software teams weren't aligned or communicating on a key requirement. And this led them to miss a major milestone for a key customer and have severe cost overruns. We spoke to dozens of leaders just like John, who are doing everything they can and using all the tools they have at their disposal to manage successfully. But there's currently nothing that provides awareness into the team's dynamic critical for a project's success. We spend a fortune to find and retain the best talent. But when we don't nurture an effective team climate, it can lead to highly dissatisfied employees and 50% higher turnover. And 30% of all projects fail due to communication issues. But what does drive a high-performing team is well-researched. And teams that are effective and inclusive have shown to generate twice the revenue, and employees are happier and more engaged.
But currently, team dynamics are left to chance. Practices such as management by walking around or having an open door policy are just not very effective. Because if someone on your team doesn't feel comfortable raising an issue to you, it doesn't matter if your door is open or not. So when team problems inevitably fester, leaders are forced to call in HR or hire a consultant, but these are time-consuming, expensive, and most of all, it's already too late. And none of these are scalable across the company. This led us to our solution, machine learning software that collects data on how teams interact through tools like Slack and Trello. And by asking the right questions as a confidential third party, we're able to diagnose team issues that have been left simmering and unresolved. This is our team dashboard, where a leader like John would be provided an alert when, for example, the trust on his team has fallen below where it needs to be. And we provide him with proven recommendations so that he can step in and address this early on. By doing so, Dopplr helps to reduce the risk of turnover and helps to foster higher performing teams. It's sort of like a Fitbit for your team. Regardless of what's going on as a leader, you always know how your team is doing and how healthy and happy they are. A few recent trends make this solution possible. A study by Deloitte found that 92% of companies have shifted to team-based work, but teams are now more diverse and dispersed than ever before. Second, streams of data are available for the first time from a team's workflow. And advances in machine learning allows us to take the extensive research on team dynamics and bring it to every team. Our business model is based around a simple subscription to our software of $10 per employee per month. But we also offer a higher touch coaching service that allows us to leverage the extensive data on the teams we have to provide a more targeted approach compared to a traditional consultant.
There are currently 60 million knowledge workers in the US. We're initially going after C to Series A companies because they're experiencing rapid changes, often doubling in size, adding in hierarchies, and the success of their company is dependent on their teams to perform. We spoke to many early-stage venture firms who said that team issues are the #1 problem they work on with founders, establishing them as a key partner for us. We had our initial concierge MVP in February, where the CEO said that Dopplr provided an enlightening view into their team's dynamic, and that it was like team therapy, and our recommendations are really going to help. So we're excited to launch our pilot in May. We have 4 companies signed up so far and 1 slot available, And as we're graduating, we're looking forward to working on Dopplr full-time and marching towards our WIDA launch in December. I'd like to introduce you to the Dopplr team. My name is Maya. I'm finishing up my master's at the ILR school. I have experience working in data analytics and team effectiveness. This is Corey, Dopplr's technical co-founder, and we're working with Hannah and amazing advisors from the Cornell community. And we're solving this problem because teams matter. The greatest achievements in human history have all been made from people working together towards a common goal. From launching a man to the moon, to mapping the human genome and to curing diseases. And Dopplr's vision is to find out, what will the world look like when every team could achieve more? So if you know a leader in a seed or Series A company who's looking to build an amazing team, please introduce us. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about Dopplr, take down our email and website and come speak to us after the event. We'd like to thank the eLab teaching team for your amazing guidance through this journey. And finally, thank you very much for your time.
This is a production of DMIG, the Dyson Media Innovation Group.